Fellas. Woo! It's going to be a great night.
Is it? Yeah, of course.
Absolutely.
Of course.
What's up, everybody? Welcome into the pregame lounge. We are presented by Bet365. Never ordinary.
Never, dude.
This
might be ordinary.
not ordinary night.
This is not ordinary.
Nuggets are in LA, second night of a back-to-back against the Clippers. We'll go over game notes. We're going to rank the young core of the Nuggets. We're going to take a look at some championship bling that Mr. Nugget got hooked up with.
Okay.
And then Superstar Dev is going to give us his best bets for the night.
Oh, man, I cannot wait for that segment.
I can't either. Wonder if there's going to be any props to bet at all.
We're going to find out what Superstar Dev is made of tonight.
Yeah. I'm Harrison Wynn. That's Brendan Vogt.
He's going to be like, my first bet, Paul George over. My second
Well, on
bet,
the other side of things.
Take the Nuggets under.
Kawhi Leonard over. My third bet. All right, you guys get it.
That's Eric Wedum. You know him as D-Line.
What's up, guys? It is the last day to take advantage of truly, I would say, insulting prices on the things that I've made at the DNVR locker. There have been, we have sold an unbelievable amount of highly offensive priced items. So
Yes.
get on that.
Yeah, wait, what?
No, it doesn't make sense. It's like, I mean, they're truly like
That can't possibly be profitable for Frito-Lay.
No, like you, as a fan, you should watch it and be like, wow, that's great. Also, I fear for this business.
Yes.
That's the way I feel.
Wait, am I getting my paycheck this week? Or?
No, you're not. You want a shirt?
All right.
The best part of
That's Superstar Dev.
asking somebody, you know, when you ask somebody like, "How are you doing?" and it's like, you're like, "Fuck, why did I even ask that?" So I just asked the merchandise guy, like, "How things going?"
Mitch? Oh,
He's
yeah.
like,
Do you know his name?
Mitch.
Merchel. Yeah.
I know
I feel like
merch.
that was a guess.
No merch. But he's just like, well, Dev? I'm like,
I'll show you.
is it that bad?
I'll show you afterwards. It's that bad.
I mean, it is his job, though.
Make it
Yeah.
harder
We
for
all
him.
have our jobs.
Well,
it coming.
this tonight is our version of what he has to do.
Right. That is a good point.
Right.
Yeah, but thank you guys for the support on the Black Friday sales, Cyber Weekend as well. It's been great for us. So let's keep it going tonight. Like I said, Nuggets are in LA. Second night of a back-to-back against the Clippers. I heard there are some injuries. I heard not everybody's playing tonight, Vogt.
That's right, Wind. Tonight's game note, and it really is singular. It's just one game note. It's the Denver Nuggets injury report. Jamal Murray, Nikola Jokic, Aaron Gordon, Vlatko, and Hunter Tyson are all out
Not
tonight.
Hunter Tyson.
Not yet, that's right.
No.
Hunter Tyson will not play.
This actually would have been a good night for him.
If you saw the line shift dramatically, it's that Hunter Tyson set. No, Jokic is not playing. And if you think about it, fellas, why was he playing so deep into that game last night? Unless, of course, well, he was never really going to play in this one.
Do you think that was it?
I've thought about it. I've thought about it that way, yes. I do think, but either way, a little bit of rest for the big fella. And then, of course, Aaron Gordon and Murray are still out. Peyton Watson, who is dealing with an illness, much like Hunter Tyson, he actually will play, fresh off of the defensive player of the game chain. But yeah, fellas, it's the short-handed Nuggets tonight taking on the Clippers.
So the Nuggets were up by 24 points last night, and Nikola Jokic checks back into the game with like 8 minutes remaining
Yeah, you want to know why?
because he wasn't
He was
playing.
never going to make this trip.
But you think that's why he came back in the game, because he wasn't playing?
I just
tonight?
think it was they just were like, well, let's just treat it like another game because they know that. Do we know? Like, I would be surprised if he made the trip.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like he did.
Right. I mean, I think also Malone wanted to finish that game.
Yeah.
But I also think it's something where you might manage those minutes differently if you know he's got to be playing a bunch tonight.
Yeah. I just felt like when he came back in, he looked kind of stiff. Didn't he look kind of stiff? His back looked kind of stiff. I don't know.
He
I
has
thought
been
it
looking
did,
a little stiff. He has been looking a little stiff. I don't want to read into it too deeply, but
Yeah.
I don't know.
I just think it was like, go get yours. And I'm fine with that. I am so fine with that. Everyone else goes and gets theirs.
Yeah.
To be clear, he is on the injury report with low back pain. It's not rest. It's low back pain. But yeah, I think my point is partially though, if you were really worried about that back and he was going to play tonight, there's no way he's checking back in with a 24-point lead.
Right.
I just kind of think maybe they were always expecting.
That's what I mean. They knew that he had some fuel to burn, as he did not need it 2 nights in a row.
And then on the Clippers side of things, Mason Plumlee is still out with that lengthy injury, but it's a clean injury report otherwise for the Clippers. So.
Oh, how nice for them.
Yeah.
So the Clippers guys are 7-8. They started off terribly after getting James Harden. Then they won 3 in a row. They lost to the Pelicans, and they just beat the Mavs very easily, actually. They blew out the Mavs by 19 points the other night. What are we feeling about this Clippers team now that they've caught a little bit of a rhythm, Dev?
I think it's horseshit that this is how they had to play them on this type of game. I wanted to see them play against the real team, not the second night of a back-to-back like that. When you put that on your schedule, you probably looked at it and said Spurs, Clippers, and it's like, okay, but that's not fun. I just wish that they were at full strength going against another team at full strength. It sucks that Clippers are finding their footing right now as well.
Are you buying the Clippers at all, Dylan?
I don't know. I got to see them. I mean, obviously it seemed like everything turned around for them when Russ, willingly went to the bench so that there was, at least a little bit of clarity as to who the starters were and who the bench unit was, because that obviously, was the issue. There was just so many mouths to feed and so many aged NBA former superstars to try and feed. I don't know. I don't know that I'm not buying them. Their roster kind of makes sense if you take out all of the bad diva behavior and all of the just the nonsense that it has been that entire Clippers roster their entire NBA careers. But I mean, they're good players. If they can figure out how to play semi-coherent complementary basketball, they can make baskets.
What's really happened though recently is Russell Westbrook's gone to the bench. And that's kind of handed over the keys to James Harden.
Yeah.
And Russell Westbrook has seen his minutes drop drastically in some of these games. He only played 14 minutes against the Pelicans the other night.
Right.
He only played 17 minutes against the Rockets 10 days ago. So that's kind of the big change that the Clippers have made. And hey, so far it's been working for them. This was another piece of news I saw today. Shams Charania says Jamal Murray could return this week. This week meaning Wednesday at the Rockets.
Let's go.
Or at home against the Rockets. Or Friday at the Suns. Do you think he's coming back this week?
Sure. I'm hopeful. Yes. I think that just hearing that information at all made me think it was possible. I mean, Malone did mention before the game last night that while Jamal was never going to play, he is close and he looks good. He was out there at halftime getting some free throws up, dribbling the ball. For anyone who's at the game, they saw that. So I do think he's nearing a return. If he's ready to go, I would prefer Houston, as a warm-up game. But I shouldn't even frame it that way, because actually the bigger point is a potentially bad matchup here forming for Denver. 2 losses to the Rockets. A little revenge they need here out of getting eliminated from the in-season tournament. And you're just looking to change the way that matchup looks so far, because those guys are confident against the Nuggets. So it'd be interesting to see how Jamal affects that matchup. And then you'd like to see him play a little rust off before that Suns game, because we want to see those Murray versus the Suns averages to look as clean as possible.
Yeah. Here's the thing. This seems like about the amount of right time that Jamal Murray should have been out for. This is about what we thought very end of November is when he could come back. I really hope he does get back. Definitely for that Phoenix game. If he played against Houston and he's ready, that'd be nice, because that Phoenix game is the first game of a 4-game road trip. The Nuggets are going back on the road. This schedule early on has been tough. A lot of games away from Ball Arena. You've got the Clippers tonight. You've got the Rockets at home on Wednesday. And then you go on the road. Phoenix, Sacramento, Atlanta, Chicago.
Gross.
Yeah.
Absolutely gross.
It could be ugly again if Jamal Murray's not back.
We need this, man. Jamal Murray, we saw, he's really, if it wasn't clear before this road trip, Jamal Murray stirs the drink for the Denver Nuggets when Jokic is not. Like, Jokic is the everything for the Denver Nuggets, but, like, he needs a running mate, and he needs a reliable running mate. Like, it's I don't know. It's just there's so many moments where just nothing works for the Denver Nuggets if Jokic is not on the floor.
Yeah.
And Jamal Murray just, like, kind of gets the ball moving. They need him.
Yeah.
I might have just made this up, but it just feels like he always comes back against the Suns.
He has before.
That just seems like a thing, right? Like, come back against the Suns. And then we talk about, like, how he's played against Devin Booker and the Suns, like, throughout times. It just feels like that's always the thing.
I love that
also,
about
we've
him.
already said that he was going to come back in December. Like, that just makes it, like, the right time.
December 1st.
Yeah, December 1st. So it just seems so perfect. But, yeah, I mean, the team desperately needs him. I don't see why you would, like, just ramp him up or force him to play in games if he's not ready. So give him an extra few days and see how he feels at that point.
Yeah.
I also saw this quote from Michael Malone pregame. He says, the vets on this Nuggets team are important and will certainly get their opportunities to play. But, quote, this year is about going young and developing all of our young players.
2 timelines?
This might be the most direct Mike Malone has been on this, definitely recently, definitely over the last couple of weeks, but it appears that he's really bought into this vision. He's bought into the Calvin Booth vision, and so far this season, I think you've got to give Michael Malone credit for playing the young guys, for playing Peyton Watson and Julian Strother and living with some of those mistakes, and also playing Zeke and living with those mistakes as well.
Or dying with them?
Yeah. But how committed do you think Malone is and will continue to be throughout this season in regards to playing the young guys?
Well, first of all, it doesn't have a ton of choice in the matter. So you credit Calvin Booth in that regard of he had a vision.
Yeah.
And he basically said, here's what you have to work with. You know, Justin Holiday, great spot start last night and probably again tonight. Seamless fit in that regard, but you know, there's not a ton of options. And so if you're trying to get to 7 guys, you know, by the playoffs, you need one of these young guys to really hit. If you really, really want to get to 8, feel comfortable, and one or two of these guys needs to really look good between Peyton and Julian Strother. And I think at this point, I feel comfortable Christian Brown will make some kind of impact, not worried about it.
Yeah.
But Peyton and or Strother really need to be able to deliver by the end of the year. And it's also the long-term prospect that matter as well. And that's why Booth partially has done it this way, is they are thinking about more than one. The 2 timelines thing, which is scary. But with so much money invested in the starting lineup, like eventually you're going to have to take this approach. So you get the ball rolling now, and ideally by the end of the year, you feel much differently about it, and you trust those guys more.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Do you guys want to know the starters tonight?
Let's play a game. Let's try and guess. Let's guess.
You guys try to guess, and I'll tell you.
Okay, let's cobble this together, Deb. Okay, so
you know that it has to be Peyton Watson, Christian Brown. Has to be in it.
Okay. Is it DeAndre Jordan?
Neither of those 2 guys are starting. DeAndre Jordan is starting.
DeAndre Jordan. Justin Holiday.
Justin Holiday is starting.
Reggie Jackson.
Yes.
Julian Strother, you guessed that?
No.
Julian Strother.
There's still 2 starters.
I guess you're right.
Mike
Mike and
KCP is still in. Oh, what am I talking about?
Dev comes on like top rope and immediately guesses Peyton Watson and Christian
he
Brown.
threw me off, too. I was like, there's no starters.
There's many starters.
He was so confident in that. I didn't know if he was joking or
Stay
not.
tuned for Dev's betting
That was a
session.
bit.
Yeah, but DeAndre Jordan gets a start tonight. I don't think any surprise there after he played well last night at home. Justin Holiday,
Plus, it's a
Michael
revenge
Porter,
game, dude.
KCP, and Reggie Jackson. Yeah, revenge game for him.
Yeah, and Reggie, dude.
And Michael Porter.
Oh, my God, dude. Yeah,
Clippers,
Michael Porter
Doctors,
versus the
revenge game.
Doctors, yes.
Oh, man. The Nuggets, now obviously home and road are different, but they did get a lot of their mojo back. They got the get-right game right last night. And, of course, they got to go right into this kind of environment where playing the right way, you know, building confidence is going to be very difficult. So, of course, it works out that way.
Let's move on to ranking the young core, because on the topic of Michael Malone's quote about how he's committed to playing this young core and the younger guys on this roster, if we're talking about the guys he's referencing here. Julian Strawther, Peyton Watson. We can throw Hunter Tyson, Jalen Pickett into this group. Who do you guys think is most important that the Nuggets develop this season? And let me know in the chat, too, who you guys think is most important out of those four that the Nuggets develop this season.
I personally think it's Peyton Watson. He has the most unique skill set, and he provides, the defense that is so sorely needed when it comes to like slowed down, half court, playoff basketball. Like he should be the guy. And then the occasional putback, the kind of the gritty work that Bruce Brown gave us. Like Peyton Watson is the outside of Christian Brown. Like he's the one that is like most situated to like take over those important moments. I think for the Nuggets.
I was going to put Christian Brown into the conversation, but I would have assumed he's kind of above this for now. What do you think, Dev?
The correct answer is Peyton Watson.
Yeah.
The reason why it's the correct answer, we seen this exact core win a championship last year.
We did.
We know what you're getting out of your top 7 guys, pretty much. I'll say 6.5. We don't know what Reggie looks like at that point. He just wasn't there. But you already know who your core is, and it's about how do you play in the playoffs. So you need to have that extra guy that is a X factor and a guy that can impact the game when he gets in, even if it's not a lot of minutes. And if Peyton Watson is able to play rotation minutes, it's because he's playing at a very high level on that end of the floor. So you just need that extra piece. So I think that he has to be the answer.
Come on, P-Watt.
To play devil's advocate just with Strawther, for example.
To Dev?
Just with Strawther, for example. One of my hangover takes rewatching that game before I wrote grades was Julian had some nice moments putting the ball on the floor, a couple nice passes to Jokic out of the pick and roll. And that's not his game per se. That's not what we expected to pop right away at the NBA level. But when you look at this Nuggets team without Jamal Murray, they do lack ball handling. They do lack playmaking. That was the cost of the KCP trade, which worth it, obviously. But as a matter of fact, what they gave up was ball handling. So if you feel comfortable with Julian putting the ball on the floor every now and then, that would be a big win. But I think you guys are right that Watson, just the defensive dynamic it provides the team, that versatility would go a long way.
Yeah. I think it's Watson to number 1, just because his defense can complement the core of this team so well. And the other guys don't really have that. Julian Strawther's number 2, right? We've seen enough that he's clearly number 2.
Julian Strawther's ceiling is the highest, I feel, of all the rookies, I think. As far
as is Peyton Watson a rookie?
Yeah, I think
higher than Peyton Watson.
I think so. I think so. Only because, typically, you measure a guy's ceiling by the stats he's able to provide. It's a little crude, but Julian Strawther has a chance to be dynamic, and Peyton Watson, not that he doesn't have a chance to be dynamic, but he has a chance to be gritty, which doesn't necessarily pop the same way, and doesn't necessarily affect the final score in the same way.
I know what you mean.
I just think that they're Julian Strawther to me just he just looks like a guy that can be super exciting, can really energize the Nugget. I don't know. And not to say that Peyton Watson can't. They're both great players, and you'd love to see them hit their full potential. But I don't know. Julian Strawther to me is the way more interesting prospect.
Interesting. What do you think, Dev?
On Julian Strawther?
Yeah.
I think he's his ceiling is kind of like the Michael Porter Jr. They are the ones that can just change the outcome of a game if they're having a hot game. Michael Porter Jr. probably easily has his way to get to 50 looks a lot easier than Jokic's way to get to 50, just because of how hot he can get, and it's just straight 3 balls. And that's the same thing I think it is with Julian Strawther. But I think that Peyton Watson has the higher ceiling in that point. But they really are 1A, 1B.
Feed Julian the rock.
Vote. Who would you rather develop this season? Hunter Tyson or Jalen Pickett? This is a tough question.
Ooh.
This season?
Yeah.
I mean, Jalen Pickett, because
we need
you'd like to have some sort of long-term backup point guard prospects. That's the other thing. I mean, goes hand in hand with playmaking, but between Monte and then Bones, which well documented, we all get it, but obviously that either one of those guys would be a great answer to that question right now. And as of right now, neither Colin or Jalen look to be. So if I could be, if I could have my way, I think it'd be cool to see Jalen Pickett as a trustworthy backup ball handler.
Yeah.
I don't know if that'll happen, and with good reason, but as a rookie picked where he was, but it'd be good to see because they do lack that ball handling.
Yeah.
Yeah, and also because if Julian Strother pans out, it's like it makes Hunter Tyson not nearly as important, and there's not really another guy. I mean, I guess you could say Colin Gillespie, but it doesn't seem like they're even attempting to develop him in that. He seems like a perennial third string. It's just at this exact moment in time. So, we need Pickett.
It will be interesting to see who plays tonight because Michael Malone's just kind of gone away from a backup point guard, or he did last game. They just were like, yeah, we're just not going to play Pickett or Colin Gillespie.
But there's no Aaron Gordon or Jamal Murray in this game.
Very true.
So who is
what are we doing? Why are we here?
Bring the ball up the floor? I would think one of those guys plays tonight, but what do I know?
Yeah. Let's move on to Championship Bling. I don't know if you guys saw this on the internet today.
I didn't.
But I believe we knew that Aaron Gordon gifted Jamal Murray a chain.
What? Oh, I did see this.
It turns out Jamal Murray also gifted Aaron Gordon a chain back. Let's take a look at this video here. So there's Jamal Murray's chain.
Sure.
And I got the blue arrow.
Got it.
Even I don't even know if he goes by blue arrow anymore.
He
27.
Okay.
How cool is it when you're an NBA player, just your number just becomes synonymous with you?
I know.
I think that's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
Here's Jamal getting the chain.
If I don't know what I would do if somebody gave me an expensive piece of jewelry.
Probably about this. Like, what else do you do? You put it on?
No, I don't even think I could put it on even in the store.
So there's Jamal's chain, and then he gifted AG this chain.
Yeah, dude.
Looking out for us in the boys.
This is still AG showing it off, I think.
Oh, you never even said that.
Distribution center, hell, really hate to call on Broski for the dirty work.
You watching the music video?
I don't know.
AG's got that dog on him. Get my dog off the chain.
So he's got the dog in him and the dog on him.
He's got the dog on him, dude.
This reminds me of the time that I got a Coke for D-Line and he returned a Coke for me like the next week.
Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, that was cool. Then we made a whole music video about it.
Yeah. Drake playing in the background.
Yeah, like next time, just buy your own chains. Like, what's the point? Like, why go through the hullabaloo of having to exchange it? Like,
Dude, if
come
someone
on.
bought me a chain, I'd just be like, yo, next time just give me like the 13 grand. Like,
I'm going to buy you a chain just for
Yeah.
that awkward exchange.
yeah. Can you get me
Just
the
give him the
exact
13
same
grand,
one as Aaron
man.
Gordon?
When we do crossover, like people to come on, we should probably start doing the jersey swaps.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
I like
That'd
that.
be so funny, huh?
I'm in it.
that would
All right,
be-
Josh, good show. Take your shirt off, man.
Yeah. You'll be in a swiper crew neck.
I love it. I love
Yo,
everything about that.
that guy's a unit, dude. I met Swiper in person this year. He's big.
You didn't meet
Maybe
him
I'm
before?
just really small, but
You never met him before?
no, I'm just before this year. No,
Yeah.
no.
Oh, he came to the bar a couple times. Oh,
All right, let's get out that Bet365 app. Let's fire it up.
oh my God.
What can we even bet on in this game tonight, Dev?
So much money to be made.
Dev, I got to tell you, I need to make enough to be able to buy Brendan a chain. For
Yeah, he's-
I need to be able to hilariously spend 13 grand.
Oh, that's all you gotta do is get the Nuggets money line. That's it.
Okay, I'm doing it.
Do you think we're gonna
plus
do that?
400.
No, we're not gonna do that. Denver comes in this game as 11-point underdogs.
Wow. When was the last time the Nuggets were 11
First off,
The last time Jokic
When were the
didn't play.
Nuggets? Are these the Nuggets? Like, what are these?
Yeah, this is a
We
Denver
need a new
squad.
name for them tonight.
This is the Denver basketball team.
This is the chicken nuggets. Like, this is like not the Nuggets.
Nuggets, you can change your profile picture back for tonight.
You're welcome to. You get on. He's just a fully free.
This is the night that was for.
Yeah.
Look, I'm going to tell you right now, I'm not a believer in this Nuggets team that we're going to see tonight.
You got no heart, dude.
So I am just going to stay away from that money line. I'm going to stay away from the line altogether because I think they lose by 11 or more.
Yeah.
So I don't love it. I'm going to go under 217 unless the Clippers are still super mad about the bubble. You think they're mad about that still? A lot of those guys aren't on the team.
They heard it wasn't going to be respected, so they
now
bowed
just
out.
united under the take that we didn't want to win it.
Yeah,
But they would have.
But they
would have won it.
they apparently decided this when they were up in the third,
Right.
and we're coasting along. They're like, we got to get out of here.
Heading into game 5, they were like, I know we're up 3-1, but
Look, I'm going to tell you right now, there is going to be a munder. It might be on Denver's side of
Oh my
things.
God!
So I'm going to go with Denver
The Dunder
under
The
102 and a half points. I just don't know how they're going to score.
We're gonna get Dundered.
I just don't know how they're going to score. I just don't like it.
They're gonna win now. There's no
On
way.
the
I mean, with no Hunter Tyson,
on the
I don't
Clippers
believe
side
it.
of things, the biggest dog is coming off of the bench for them, and this is a game I feel like he's going to play in. Russell Westbrook, my God, over 18 points, rebounds, and assists. He gets it in so many different ways. He's a baller, rebound, assist,
Dude, I feel
scores
like
when he wants to. He's hitting bank shots.
Half
now.
the time when Dev gives out bets, I would feel like more ethically clean about investing in blood diamonds than betting on Russell Westbrook to his over.
That's not right. That's not right. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go under for Kawhi Leonard.
Okay,
points.
now that I can feel good about.
It's at 22 and a half. And why press him in this game?
But there's no AG. You're right about
Why
that.
press him? But no, the thing
You're
is,
right, you're
Michael
right.
Porter Jr., he defends him well. He uses his length and his size. And Kawhi just wants to do mid-range pull-ups. And Michael Porter Jr. is super tall, so he gets to, defend that. So I'm going to go under on Kawhi points.
I love it.
Now let's go to the Denver side of things. I can't believe that they don't have DeAndre Jordan rebounds because I promise you I would take the over on that.
That's a crime. Like, come on, Bet365.
It's not right.
You're never ordinary.
Because what would you put the
This
line
is a
at?
never ordinary
The line
bet
would
that
probably
we
have
need.
to be like 7.5.
On an unnamed yeah,
No.
7.5.
I'm just saying. I would take
crowdsource
that.
that
So what
one?
I'm going to do is I'm going to take the over on points from Michael Porter Jr. I am rooting for it.
Ooh,
Michael
we're all
Porter
rooting
Jr.
for this.
21 points. We want a Mike
You
type
taking
of game.
over, dude?
I'm going to take the over.
All
I'm gonna
right,
take the
dude.
over. And also, let's have fun with it. His first quarter points, 5.5. Let's take over 5.5.
I like that. I love
first
that,
quarter
actually.
points.
Okay.
Let's also take KCP for over 18.5 points plus rebounds. No one has been talking about it. This dude has been assisting. Like, he's
Yep.
setting the table lately.
Passwell Pope, bro.
He's been getting it. He does it all. Let's I don't think that it's all negative about Denver tonight. There's some dogs that are going to compete in
Okay.
this game.
All right.
The person that is going to really compete in this game is going
Top
to be
dog?
my top dog, Reggie Jackson.
Oh, you're right.
He
Reggie,
played
dude.
so
Clipper?
well against them last time, and I think he's going to be able to do it again. You put Reggie in a situation that he gets to be the guy and take all the shots. What we think Michael Porter Jr. is going to do tonight, Reggie's going to do.
You think
Watch.
the actual big government is overbearing?
Big government. Points, rebounds, and assists is 25. That's it. That's it.
All right, listen. Hard to argue.
He's
And
he's going
it's
against
all
his
gas,
old
no
team.
breaks, dude.
He's going against his old team on top of that. Like, we got to do it. I feel like you have to. Is there anything else? Is there something that you guys love?
No.
Oh, God.
I love
I'm
anything.
so
Oh, hold on, real
pleased
fast,
it's
real
right
fast.
up to 8:30.
I just refreshed. DeAndre Jordan.
He's in. They're listening.
Rebounds
They're
is
listening.
on.
What do we
Rebounds
get?
is on.
What do we get?
7.5 plus money.
I can't believe we just bullied Bet365.
You
I
guys,
wonder how they found their line for that.
that's the lock.
The same way we did.
7.5 rebounds for him.
Okay.
He's gonna get like 14.
I feel good about that. All right, I'm on it.
DeAndre Jordan gets his rebounds, man.
I'm on it.
Like, he
I'm on it.
gets his rebounds.
He grabs every board that comes his way.
I'm on
Yeah.
it. You're not wrong.
7.5.
And if somebody else tries to get it, he'll stare you down.
He fights over those
If Michael
rebounds.
Porter tries to steal a rebound from DeAndre Jordan, he will stare MPJ down. tonight.
Yeah, DeAndre Jordan is like all peace and love with the Denver Nuggets.
Except when it comes to
Until
rebounds.
you try and steal one of his rebounds.
Oh man, I love that bet.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in. Let's go watch the Denver basketball team against the Los Angeles Clippers.
What's the worst that could happen? It's just a game. It's just
whatever
one game.
happens, we'll be back here. Post-game lounge. Will it be a winner's lounge? Will it be a loser's lounge? I don't know. We'll talk to you guys then.
Let's go.
We all silly like the mayor.